It's nice to own a 45-year-old dirt bike, but sometimes you want the performance to be lifted up a little bit higher. If you are a purist, stop watching, because today on Red Carpet Reviews we are going to give you the 10 best modifications for the Yamaha XT500, and we're going all the way. We are starting with the least significant ones and we end up with the biggest ones, and we made some mod packs for them. The first mod pack is for the off-roader. Do you see yourself riding off-road? And these mods are for you. First up, I love the original tank. Get yourself a proper plastic one, like the one from Acerbiz, or my favorite, the Malcolm Smith version, to have more fuel capacity, but also to save your tank from any damage. While you're there, get some wider footrests, maybe some hand guards to prevent your levers from breaking, and get yourself a proper bar pad like ours, and the checkered one looks stunning with the XT500. The second mod pack is for the caretaker. Do you want the lifespan of your engine significantly higher? Get yourself a double-headed oil line, so not the original one, but one that goes all the way up to your head, or even get a fancy oil cooler, which can be mounted along the carter, which you can, for example, buy with Keto. The third mod pack is called the Princess, because are you one of those guys who always has a sore bum after riding? These old seats are often crumbly, broken, and you can actually change the seat foam to one of a TT500 to be a little bit firmer underneath the bum. The fourth mod set is called the Shiner. Do you want to be seen in the dark, or do you want to be seen when turning at a junction? Without changing your 6-volt system, you can actually make your light shine a lot brighter by using a LED set. You can either buy a LED kit only for the turn signals, which really jacks up their brightness, but you can also get a LED set for the head, for the front and the rear light. You only need a couple of resistance between it, but it significantly jacks up your lighting. Hey guys, the Kickback company specializes in vintage off-road fashion and culture. So have you checked out our latest XT500 merch? We've got these deluxe crew necks and some really nice retro tees. So go check them out. The fifth is for the high tech. You can actually change your system to a 12-volt stator, so you can get rid of the point system and actually get a CDI unit for electronic ignition, which really smoothens up the starting procedure, but also makes sure the lighting works a lot better. The next one is called the Bouncer. Do you get annoyed by your front fender actually touching your front wheel when hitting a big bump? Well, go and change the suspension. And there's multiple ways on doing it. You can change the front springs inside the forks, and you can also change the rear shocks to a aftermarket one like ISS or Hyperpro. They are the most affordable. The most pretty one is the Bilstein, if you ask me. If you are changing them, you can also higher them up a little bit. Originally is 370 millimeters, but you can get them higher to 390 or even 410. And you can also get some pods to actually higher your front fork as well, which gives you more suspension travel and more resistance while bouncing around. The seventh mod kit is for the lazy. Do you want all the advantages of a 45-year-old dirt bike, but you don't want the disadvantages? Well, these two mods are for you. You can get yourself a hydraulic clutch kit, which actually smoothens up your clutch so much that you can pull this all day long. The other one might be a bit controversial for the kickback channel, but it is a must. You can get yourself an electric starter kit. It costs you around 1,500 bucks for just the kit, but you can mount it on so you actually get a button to start the bike up. If you're old and your knee is screwed, I can really recommend you doing that so you can still ride your loved one. I think the set is called Bolts and Nuts, the company. And the companies like Motor Gadgets are specialized in actually installing them on your bike. The 8th one is called the tuner. Do you want to get to push out some extra horses out of your XT? There's an easy way to do it and a more difficult way, which is the next one. The easy way is get yourself a bigger header pipe and a more high flow exhaust. You can combine it with an actual high flow air filter and even combine it with a Mikuni flat slide carburetor which really jacks up your torque. I've had it on my bike and you would pull some accidentally wheelies at the traffic lights. Do you want to change your XT500 into a Terminator? Well, you can actually do that. We've asked Jeffrey Waardenaar what he can actually do with an engine, and in combination with our last setup, you can also crank up the engine itself, pushing it to a 540cc, 600cc or even a 650. Of course, in combination with a faster camshaft and stronger bearings, a high compression piston and some other improvements, and you can really jack it up to a high horsepower engine. People are still racing these kind of engines in flat track and enduro riding, but of course it will higher up the pressure on your engine, so you need to maintain it properly. The next mod is called the Springer. You can actually improve the handling of this machine by changing its forks. What? Changing the forks? Yes, there's a really simple mod which can change the front and the back. Because you can take the front fork of an XT350, which actually fits the original amount of the XT500. It's higher, it's got a more suspension travel, and you'll have a front brake which is hydraulic, which is a lot better, I can tell you. You can also change your swing arm, because the original one is known to be a little short, making the handling in the sand more difficult. I say sand and you hear some seagulls. Huh? You can change it to an aftermarket swing arm. There's some nice alloy swing arms on the market. We dropped the supplier list in the comments, so check it out. But you can also change it to a KLX250 from Kawasaki spring arm, which is a bit longer and it also fits the original mounting. And that way you can also have longer springs, more travel and more control in the sand. Either you have an original bike, you have it modded all the way, or you actually made a custom bike out of it. It doesn't matter. Go and ride this bike, feel its strengths and feel its flaws, and go and enjoy it. Make sure you maintain it and you ask the right specialist for help if you need it. And most of all, get dirty in this machine, because it's made to go through the dirt as well, so please enjoy that part of this bike. I'm in love with it. It's the James Bond machine, and there's no dirt bike which got this class in it. So this was Wes from the Kickback Company again. Check our web shop, stay tuned for the next videos, and I think I'm going for a ride because I'm not done for today. Cheers guys!